The moment you walk in. Have you ever walked into a room, say a meeting, a classroom, even a casual gathering, and felt like no one noticed you were there? You speak, you contribute, but somehow it doesn't land. Meanwhile, someone else walks in, says little or nothing, and suddenly, the mood shifts. People pause, they listen, they pay attention. What's really going on here? It's not about being the loudest or the smartest. According to a 2006 study from Princeton University, people form impressions of you in just 1/10 of a second, based only on your face. Add posture, tone, and how fast you speak, and those impressions become fixed before you've even finished your first sentence. This isn't about who you are, but how you appear to others in micro moments. Psychologists call this thin slicing, or brain's way of making fast decisions with limited information. And one of the clearest signals we send, often without knowing it, is how we manage silence. People who speak fast, fidget, or rush to respond often do it to avoid discomfort. But in doing so, they send a signal: I'm unsure, I need your approval. Now here's the shift. People who pause even just for 2 seconds signal the opposite. I'm in control. I'm not chasing the moment. I own it. That pause is small, but the impact is massive. So today, try this. When someone asks you a question, pause. When you're about to speak, slow down. When the room gets quiet, hold it. That pause, that stillness, that deliberate control of tempo, it's not silence, it's presence, and it's a skill you can train. Let's break down exactly how. 1. Judged in a blink. Ever walked into a job interview or sat down at a team meeting and felt like people had already made up their minds about you before you even said a word? You were polite, prepared, maybe even qualified, but something about how they looked at you, or didn't, made it clear an impression had already been made. That impression wasn't based on your skills, your resume, or your intentions. It was based on how you showed up in that first moment. According to a 2006 study by Princeton psychologists Janine Willis and Alexander Todorov, people form first impressions in just 1/10 of a second. That's faster than you can say your own name. And they're not evaluating you on logic or facts, they are scanning your face, your posture, the way you carry yourself. And once that impression is formed, it's surprisingly resistant to change. This process is automatic. It's not personal, it's neurological. The human brain is constantly scanning for patterns. Is this person safe? Are they confident? Are they in control? These split-second evaluations come from a part of the brain called the amygdala, responsible for emotional processing and survival instincts. It's the same system that once helped our ancestors detect threats on the savannah. Today, it's helping your co-workers, clients, or strangers decide whether to take you seriously in seconds. So if that's how fast we're judged, what do we do about it? We change what we can control, how we show up in the first 5 seconds. That means posture, pace, and stillness. It means understanding that people don't just listen to your words, they feel your presence. And presence doesn't start with talking. It starts with pausing. One small habit changes everything. Pause before you speak. That pause sends a clear message of confidence, not hesitation. Composure, not fear. It breaks the pattern of rushing to prove yourself. And when you pause, something else happens. People look up. They lean in. They wait for what you're going to say, because the silence has already told them it matters. Don't underestimate that moment. A 2-second pause before you speak isn't empty time. It's a display of internal control. It signals that you're not reacting, you're choosing. You're not seeking approval, you're commanding attention. And in those first few seconds, that's everything. Try it today. The next time someone asks you something, don't jump in. Don't rush to answer. Just pause. 1, 2. Keep your body still. Keep your eyes steady. Let the silence work for you. Then speak calmly, deliberately. Not to fill the space, but to own it. That's how you shift the moment. That's how you shift how people see you. And it starts with just 2 seconds. But once you understand how quickly people form impressions, the next question is, what signals are you actually sending? 2. Fast talk, fading presence. Ever walked away from a conversation and wondered, did they even hear what I said? Maybe you talked a little too fast, explained yourself 3 different ways, or filled every second with or nervous laughter. You wanted to come across as prepared. Instead, it felt like you were chasing the moment, and they weren't really listening. They were waiting for you to finish. This isn't just a communication issue, it's a perception issue. When you speak quickly, fidget, or rush to respond, people don't see you as efficient. They see you as unsure. According to research in social cognitive and affective neuroscience 2011, people who speak more slowly and use well-timed pauses are perceived as more competent, confident, and persuasive when their actual message is identical to faster speakers. The science behind this is clear. Our brains are constantly scanning for nonverbal cues, speed, rhythm, body language. Fast speech and restless gestures register not as smart or eager, but as nervous energy. It tells the listener, even subconsciously, that you're not in control of the moment. And in any interaction, job interview, negotiation, or simple conversation, control is everything. Here's the paradox. The more you try to fill the space, the less power your words carry. The more you try to prove your point, the more your presence disappears. It's not because you don't know what to say. It's because you're not giving your message space to land. The fix isn't complicated. You don't need to memorize scripts or fake confidence. You need to slow down. Just that. Slow down your words. Slow down your body. Slow down your energy. It may feel awkward at first. To you, it might even feel too slow. But to others, it sounds deliberate. It sounds grounded. It sounds like you know exactly what you're doing. And when you slow down, something else happens. People stop interrupting. They stop looking at their phones. They start listening. Because your pacier control forces them to adjust to you. Practice this in real life. The next time you speak, whether answering a question or starting a sentence, pause. Count 1, 2 in your head. Take a breath. Keep your posture relaxed but upright. Don't fidget. Don't rush. Don't explain the silence. Just speak slowly, clearly, and only when you're ready. That's not just good communication. That's presence in action. That's how you shift perception without raising your voice. That's how you stop chasing the moment and start controlling it. And that's where the pause comes in, it as a trick, but as a signal of real control. 3. The power behind the pause. Have you ever been in a room where someone starts to speak and everyone instantly quiets down, leans in, and pays attention? They didn't raise their voice. They didn't say anything special, but somehow the space shifted. Now think of the opposite. Someone jumps in too quickly, fills every second with words, rushes to respond. The message may be strong, but the delivery makes it easy to ignore. The difference often comes down to one small thing: the pause. We've been conditioned to avoid silence. In conversations, meetings, or interviews, silence feels uncomfortable. Most people rush to speak, not because they have the perfect answer, but because they're afraid of what silence might signal: uncertainty, hesitation, awkwardness. But in reality, the opposite is true. In communication psychology, silence creates presence. According to a 2011 study in social cognitive and affective neuroscience, speakers who used longer pauses and slower pacing were consistently rated as more competent and persuasive, even when delivering the same content as faster, more energetic speakers. Why? Because the brain interprets calmness as confidence. When you pause, you don't just give people a break from noise, you create a moment of focus. Here's the science behind it. Our attention is drawn to contrast. When everything is fast and reactive, stillness stands out. A pause creates tension, and tension captures attention. It signals that what's coming next might matter. Think of a drum roll before an announcement. The silence just before is what makes the words that follow feel important. And more importantly, the pause tells a deeper story. It tells people, I'm not here to chase your attention. I'm not here to impress you with speed. I'm here to own the space I speak into. That level of self-control is rare and powerful. This habit isn't flashy, but it's effective, and it's simple to start. The next time you're asked a question, pause. 1 second, 2 seconds. Let it settle. Hold the silence. Then speak, not to fill the gap, but to command the space. Keep your voice steady. Keep your body still. Keep your energy focused. That tiny delay, just a breath, shifts the dynamic completely. It takes discipline to resist the urge to jump in. But in that silence, you gain control. In that pause, people feel your presence. And in a world full of noise, those who master stillness lead the conversation not by talking more, but by making every word carry weight. 4. Train it like a muscle. Ever watched someone speak with quiet confidence, say no rushing, no fidgeting, and wondered, how do they make it look so natural? It's not charisma. It's not talent. It's repetition. What looks effortless is almost always practiced. Presence is not a gift. It's a trained behavior. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more intentionally you build it. Research from Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy shows that nonverbal behavior doesn't just affect how others see you, it directly shapes how we see ourselves. When you stand tall, hold your ground, and slow your speech, your brain begins to shift. You feel more in control. Your body sends signals to your mind that say, "I've got this." This internal state then leaks out. People respond to your calm not because you force it, but because they feel it. That's why building presence isn't about performance, it's about practice. You don't need to fake confidence. You need to repeat behaviors that signal it until they become your default. That starts with awareness. Start noticing. Do you speak quickly? Do your sentences trail up, as if asking for permission? Do you fill silence with like, or nervous gestures? If so, you're not alone. Most people do. But the goal isn't perfection. It's progress through repetition. Choose one habit to start with. The most effective, the 2-second pause. Count silently 1, 2, and speak. This short delay resets your energy and instantly shifts the rhythm of the room. Combine it with stillness. Plant your feet, drop your shoulders, open your chest. When you're seated, keep your hands visible and relaxed. Resist the urge to fidget. Resist the urge to fill the space. Let silence do the heavy lifting. Keep your eyes steady but don't stare. Let your gaze stay soft, focused, and grounded. Speak at a pace that feels almost as slow to you. To others, it will sound deliberate and clear. Cut filler words. If you're unsure what to say, pause instead of filling the gap. Silence is cleaner. Silence signals thoughtfulness. Silence builds tension that makes your words land heavier. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming more intentional with what you already have. Every conversation becomes a chance to practice. Every pause becomes a signal. Every moment of stillness becomes a tool of influence. Start today. Before your next meeting, rehearse out loud. Record yourself. Stand in front of a mirror. Pay attention not just to what you say but how you say it. When someone asks you something, pause. Hold still. Let your voice move slower. And don't just hope to be hard on how you show up. Because when you train stillness, you train presence. And when presence becomes habit, people don't just hear you, they respect you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about saying more, it's about showing up in a way that makes every word count. Make space to be heard. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you say, people still talk over you, rush past you, or simply don't take you seriously? It's frustrating and common. But the answer isn't to talk louder or try harder. It's to change how you show up, not how much you say. Behavioral science tells us that people read cues before they hear words. According to research from Harvard and Princeton, first impressions are formed in seconds, and they're based on pace, tone, and presence-centered content. That means how you carry yourself, how you use silence, and how much control you show speaks louder than your message itself. This is where the pause becomes a powerful tool. That 2-second silence before you speak, that steady eye contact, that relaxed stillness in your body, it tells people something your words can't. You're in control. And the moment people sense that, they start listening differently. This isn't performance. This is practice. A small shift. A repeatable habit. But it works. Over time, people will respond to your calm. They'll slow down with you. They'll stop interrupting. And your words will land harder, not because you forced them, but because you earned the space for them to matter. So here's what to do. In your next conversation, pause before you speak. Hold your posture. Keep your voice steady. Let silence carry your message before your words do. Because in a noisy world, control isn't about volume. It's about presence. And presence is a choice you make every time you speak.